Yo, what's going on, guys? If you want to learn how to get 1 million subscribers on YouTube and how to make it big in 2020, you have to stick with me here, guys, because I'm talking to Jazzy from Bekaar Films on how to make it big. Check it out. How did the title even come? This Bekaar Films' name?
Yeah, when we started Bekaar Films, like when we started making these videos, we would get a lot of hate from our own people, like from our own fellow students. अबे यार क्या बेकार videos बनाते रहते हो तुम लोग यार बेकार videos हैं यार. So like why don't we take that negative and turn it into a positive? अगर आपको लगता है ये बेकार videos हैं तो we're बेकार.
So what are you, man? Would you consider yourself a filmmaker, a YouTuber, a content creator, a comedian? What are you?
I would say we started off as filmmakers. We did our bachelor's in filmmaking and media and arts. So my major was filmmaking and minor was graphic design. So after graduating, we started off this page where we would just make random content and just upload it. It was just random shit. We didn't think it was gonna go real big. It was random shit we would just do and upload it. You know, just some students having fun with cameras and editing. So like when we got into our jobs, we were still making skits every weekend because at the workspace you have to work according to the client brief. You can't do nothing on your own. You know what I'm saying? So when we started doing our own content every weekend and uploading it, slowly, we started getting an audience, and which eventually became pretty big.
So when you talk about like you and your guys, you're done, you have your full-time gigs, you're working for clients, but you're doing your own thing. So talk us through that. Like how long did it take from just like the first couple of uploads to see, oh, you know what, like now it's not just friends and family watching it. Like you have people who don't know you're watching this and a bit of popularity. How talk me through that process.
Every weekend, I would be off on Saturdays and Sundays. On Saturday, I would get the guys together and we would do a shoot, a random skit shoot. And on Sunday, I would edit it, and the same night I will upload it. And then from Monday on Friday, I would do my day job, working at the ad agency. So we were really consistent coming together every weekend. Saturday and Sunday was for Bekaar Vines. At that time, we were Bekaar Vines before we shifted to Bekaar Films. So the weekend was for Bekaar Films, and the weekdays was for our own jobs. So we got to a point where when our videos started getting viral and when we started getting brands, because at this point, brands slowly shifted towards digital media.
How long before the first couple of weekends with the guys to, wow, man, this stuff is picking up? Because a lot of people who, let's just say someone comes new to watch your stuff, or someone's exposed to somebody who's successful, there's a perceived notion that, man, they've done it, but people forget like the hustle and the grind and what it takes to get there.
I mean, a lot of people that come to YouTube now, they want the overnight success, which is very difficult. I mean, a lot of people don't know that to get here, it took us like 5 to 6 years of hard work and dedication. I mean, our first couple of videos weren't that good. I mean, but we kept on uploading, Our first video didn't get any views, second video, no views. We weren't getting any, but we didn't do it for the views. We did not know that our videos will be this successful when we started. We were just doing it out of passion. We came together, made videos, and uploaded them online for our family and friends.
Let's just look at this 2-year time, right? Is it suddenly this one video you did, you're like, yo, this thing has become big? Or again, like you said, or was it like gradually more views, gradually more like?
It was gradually views. We did this one video that just went viral back then. It was, I think, 2014 or 2015. We made a video about mobile snatching in Karachi. And that video went really popular. Everyone was sharing it. Did good. When that video did good, mobile snatching in Karachi, we made another video which was very successful. Right after that, it was like two videos in a row that went viral. And one was the mobile snatching in Karachi, and the other one was annoying bikers. We did not think at all that it will go viral. But one thing that everyone likes about our videos is that they're relatable. Like, mere saath ye hua bhai. I love this video. It happens to me every day.
If you take a kid right now going into 2020, right, trying to make a video, trying to get onto YouTube, trying to become like the next Bekaar Films, 2.0, is it the same strategy then, which is every weekend you got to get a video out for 2 years and then something might hit?
I would say, like, if you want to be big, you have to stay consistent. You have to interact with your audience. You have to be good at what you're doing. You know, you have to be different from what other people are doing in the market. You know, what defines you as a YouTuber? You know, what makes person A different from person B? What is he doing that's different? What's significant about your work? I mean, you have to be really good at that, you know?
So 2 years you guys are doing this, and you said the brands of those things start coming in with after 2 years. So let's just say 2 years of.
After 2 years, the digital market in Pakistan started to grow, and brands slowly started to shift to digital marketing. And that's when we got our boost as well. We started getting a lot of queries from clients. And it got to a time where we could not focus on our day job and this side hustle at the same time. So we were like, yo, do you want to work a 9 to 5 job your entire life, or do you want to do something on your own? We were working on something on our own in the back, and yo, let's start to bring this to the front. And that's what we did. We took a big leap, we took the risk, and we all left our jobs and focused specifically on our part-time hustle, which was Bekaar Films. And mashallah, I would say that it was a good decision we made, and we don't regret it.
Yeah, I'm sure, man. But this is the key, man. That is a huge thing to do, to say, leave the jobs. Let's do this.
It was a big leap. It was a big leap for us. It was a big leap. But you know, you have to take that risk. I mean, if you want to start any business, you have to take that risk, no matter what. The YouTube earning was all right back then. I mean, it's not that great here in Pakistan, but it's okay, you know. I mean, I was like, oh, if we start producing more content, that means more profit from YouTube. If we're working at a day job and we produce, I would say, 2 videos in a month, if we leave our day job and focus more on Bekaar Films, we could be producing 8 videos in a month.
How old were you guys when you took this risk?
26, 27?
Okay. Pre-shadi, post-shadi?
This is, yeah, I took the risk after I got married.
So and how did that work? I mean, with the wife and then with the in-laws and your parents, like, you know, like, you're married, you're taking such a big chance. Like, how does that work, man?
So yeah, I mean, I talked with my wife. She was fine with it. I talked to my parents. They were okay with it. And I just did it. I just left my job.
So that's amazing, because I can imagine a lot of people from like the browns, this, like, you know, Indian, Pakistanis, Desis, whatever. That is not easy, man. You know, so engineer nahi beta bana, you know, doctor nahi bana. Like.
And the funny thing is, a lot of people that I meet today, they don't know much about the digital market. So when I meet a lot of people, like in my family or friends, they're like, "Acha, हाँ videos मैं देखता हूँ. आप वैसे आप क्या करते हो?"
Yeah. बेकारी हूँ.
मैं यही करता हूँ. अच्छा, इसमें पैसे बन जाते हैं आपके? I was like, oh.
Imagine, so you're making videos for fun, but eventually, what changes when it becomes like about the monetary side comes in, the financial side? Like, does it not take away from some fun sometimes when it's about like, बस video बनाना है क्योंकि upload करना है because views चाहिए, because income चाहिए, like.
Yeah. Sometimes you do have that writer's block, that creative block. And what do we do now? You know, we're producing content every week. We're coming up with ideas, but there comes a point where, like, because there's a lot of videos that don't do well, because I mean it comes down to the pressure of uploading a video every week. We have to upload a video. We try our best at that one video, no matter what the storyline is. We give it our best, no matter what.
Now, I want to get into more like the nitty gritties of the actual content, the actual creative part, right? So. How do you maintain like a unique voice? Because comedy, man, like you have, you know, you're there. You have so many of actually from Canada, there's so many of your like Zaid Ali's and stuff, and you have other different voices. So how do you make sure that the same thing is not recycled over and over again? Okay, brown aunties do this, Desi parents do this. Like, how
it happens. It happens. That does happen a lot, you know, because obviously we're not watching everyone's videos, right? And someone's ideas can, you know, match up, you know, coincidentally. I mean, it's happened before. Like, even like another group, the Idiots, they come up with ideas, we come up with ideas. I mean, there's a chance that 80% of the ideas can, you know, be the same. So it happened. it's happened a couple of times. Like we made a video and people are like, "Aapne iski copy ki hai. Aapne iski copy ki hai. You've copied him. You copied them." I mean, we don't watch everyone's content. I mean, it could happen. It's a coincidence. It's something relatable to everyone, so it can happen.
Remember, for you particularly, somebody living in the US for so long, how can you make relatable content about Pakistan? Like it's still in you, I guess. Like how do you do that?
One thing what I do is I observe. I observe a lot of things. What's going on in my house? What's going on in my friend's house? What's going on in the roads outside? So you know these things down in your head, and you're like, I can make a skit on this. That's what the main thing is about, observing your surroundings.
So then talk me through like the ideation, sort of the scripting process as a team. So like, let's just say Eid's coming up, right? So would you have a calendar ahead of time saying, okay, big milestone, big something's coming. Let's work around a content piece for this.
So yeah, like Eid. Everyone knows what happens on Eid. You wake up in the morning, go for namaz, come home, meet your family members. People eat sheer korma. You go meet your family. They give you Eid. So you can make tons of different stories around these things. For example, we can do a story about there's a guy named Gazanfar's terrible Eid, where he has all these bad things happening to him, and you can show different funny things happening to him, and then you can just make funny skits. And then when you come up with an idea, you sit around with your team members, and everyone pitches in, we can do this, we should add this, we should add this, and then there's a big pot, and you add this and that, and everyone adds their ingredients, and then come up with something unique,
So what is it like? Is it one person has an idea, then brings everyone together, or it's like, go do your homework, guys, come back and let's brainstorm? Like, how does that work?
For example, if Sami comes up with an idea, he's like, "Yaar, kal mere saath ye hua tha. What happened?" So he tells the story. This is what happened to me, and I'm like, "Yeah, we can do a story on this." I do some addition to the story. Mubin does some addition to the story. Ruda adds something, and we create a small story around the thing that happened to Sami.
Do you have like Word documents of scripts floating around, or is it just WhatsApp audio? Like, yo, idea ye tha, and how do you?
Well, it's WhatsApp. It's all WhatsApp audio. I tell them we tell each other whole stories by WhatsApp audio, and then we just shoot it.
Okay. So do you have a structured week that you follow?
If we uploaded a video on Friday, Saturday and Sunday, we think of an idea of our second video. Monday, Tuesday is the shooting day. Wednesday, Thursday is the edit, and Friday is the upload. We do a grand screening before uploading, and if everything's fine, everything is good, we then upload it.
And how much of the content is what you love, and how much is it your audience ko pasand hai? We got to give this is for them, but it's not really like, we're not passionate about this, but we just got to do it. Does that happen?
I mean, now we know what the audience likes. We know their psyche. We know what they want. So we create that content for them. There's a lot of times where we make vlogs that we really like. We put our sweat and tears and blood into some specific vlogs, but they don't do that good as the skits do. Like, we went to Turkey. We did 2 amazing vlogs in Turkey, and we only got 100,000 views compared to our skits that do 400 to 500,000 views.
And that Turkey vlog was shot so well, man, edited so well.
That's what I'm saying. Like, people want our skits. They don't want our vlogs.
And that's how actually we connected through that vlog too, to when you were in Turkey, right? So talk to me more about the structure than your team, your office, or your setup. Like, what is that like?
All right, so it's 4 of us founding members, and then there's 2 editors, head editor and assistant editor, and then we have a script writer.
So your videos are dialogue heavy, and that's proper scripting, like, or how much of the improvisation is there?
Most of our skits are based on improvising. I mean, we would be shooting and we would like, let's do this. We should say this, and we just do it. And a lot of things come out unintentionally on camera, and it looks good. It sounds good. We're like, we should let it go. That was funny.
Anything you do, like, I mean, thing is, you guys are so big. I mean, you're talking about 1 million subscribers, so you just have to put something out, and views to watching it. But like, any strategy on releasing, on the data release, the timing of the release? Do you look at your analytics to figure out what's the right thing to do and when to post and stuff?
I mean, we kind of did analyze all our audience. We did analyze the audience. We did analyze the structure of our videos. We noticed that most people are online Friday after 2 o'clock. You know why? Because 1, Jumme ke baad, a lot of kids are home from school. A lot of people are just coming back to their office after eating lunch, after from Juma prayers and eating lunch. They just came back to the office. They don't want to suddenly go back to work. They just go surf online a little bit. And that's the perfect time to catch your audience.
So what do you generally shoot with, actually?
We use a Sony A6500.
And what about sound? What do you guys do with sound?
We use a clip-on mic.
Yeah, it's too loud otherwise, right? Because you're outside doing so much shooting outside, that'd be too loud.
Exactly. When we're indoors, a Rode mic does work, but when you're outdoors, you have to put on that mic because there's so much noise.
And editing is what? Is Final Cut, or are you talking about after Premiere?
Premiere.
Now, what was the purpose? Do you have a separate like vlogs? I guess like Bekaar Films, like a separate YouTube channel too, right? So why that?
We made Bekaar vlogs because in Bekaar Films, we would just do skits, and it was us in character. People wanted to see us out of character, how we are, like, if we're not in character. How is Gazan like? How is Sami like? What are they naturally, So that's why we made a channel separately for that.
I'm a little bit late to the Bekaar Films family or whatever, like maybe from like a year or so, but my favorite is still the old one, the one about the Muslims in Bollywood. That is my ultimate.
Yeah, that video did really well on YouTube and Facebook.
Yeah, because you're like, bas khajur dene ja raha hu yaar.
That was funny, man.
What are the common mistakes you see from new guys? Because I'm assuming you have a lot of messages you get. I want to be a vlogger. I want to do YouTube. I want to do this. And what are the common mistakes you see from the younger generation? Apart from they want things too fast.
I would say the same thing. They want success overnight. They're not willing to spend time and work on their abilities. They just want to do something that'll go viral. Instead, take that time out, learn some camera techniques, learn some filmmaking, learn new techniques, learn your abilities, improve your abilities, and do something different. Instead of, yaar, I'm gonna do this, main ye karunga aur main viral hona, mujhe viral hona hai bas. That's the bad. That's not the sportsmanship you want. You want to be creative.
If you're a true filmmaker, I mean, obviously there's filmmaking in what you guys do, but you never think about or want to go into the filmmaking route.
Our main aim is eventually to make a proper movie. We made a web series that did really well. We were looking forward to making another one this Ramzan, but unfortunately because of COVID, we couldn't do that. So that's delayed. But eventually our main focus in the future is to make a proper movie.
But is your filmmaking itch satisfied? And the reason I'm asking this is because when you're doing things at the pace you're doing it, right? There's only so cinematic you can be. You can't, right? You just don't have the luxury of time and to do it in a certain way.
What we do is, I would say, guerrilla filmmaking. With things we got, we just go out, shoot, come home. We don't use proper lighting, proper recording devices, proper gears, proper tracking devices, proper audio devices. Our shoot is basically guerrilla filmmaking, and you shoot a skit, done, come home, edit, upload. But when we shoot our web series, that's proper filming. We have a proper DOP, proper everything to do that. Proper cast, proper equipment, proper lenses, proper camera.
Yeah, because for me, like I started with like short films is what I used to do, and I still might do one a year, and that process is so fulfilling as a creative.
And it's a big process.
Yeah, it's a big process, right? And the thing is though that then when you compare it to the vlogs don't have that process, but you're able to get out so much material within that same amount of time. So
like if we would put that hard work to our skits, first of all, you would need a big budget. Because doing all that, you need a lot of money. And second, you need a lot of time to do that as well.
And is it fun? Is every shoot fun? Is it fun? Are you excited about getting up tomorrow? Or are you like, man, it's lazy. I just want to chill.
It happens. Sometimes it happens, especially during Ramzan and the heat. Yeah. It's so hot these days in Karachi. And you're like, I don't want to get up. I don't feel like going to shoot. Yeah. But yeah, you got to do it. It's your thing. It's the more work you put into your own thing, the more you get out of it. You didn't get 1 million subscribers just by laying around being lazy. When one person gets up and like, yo, Sami, मैं घर से निकल रहा हूँ तो पहुँच जाओ. चलो ठीक है, मैं अभी 10 मिनट में निकल रहा हूँ. Then we call Mubin, the most laziest. यार मैं 1 घंटे में निकल. He's like, अबे यार मैं सो रहा था, मैं निकलता हूँ 1 घंटे में. But at the end of the day, we all do our parts and we get everything done.
Is there any kind of comedy that you see? I mean, Western, whatever, even internally, which inspires you guys, like from a
One group that inspired us the most to get into filmmaking and digital videos is Key and Peele.
yeah, Key and Peele is hilarious, man.
They inspired us so much, dude. We love their videos. The amount of work they put into one video, it's just amazing, dude. The dressing, you know, the acting, the whole makeup and everything, it's on point, dude. And they act so well. They can play every character. You give them an Italian guy, a white guy, a Mexican guy. They can do an Indian guy. They play every part so damn well.
What is your funniest skit? I've seen all their stuff. I'm trying to think of it. Oh man, I love the one with when they're like, my wife says, "Beep."
Yeah, exactly. I was about to say when they're on top of that tree and they look around.
Yeah.
She said,
exactly. Yeah.
And the other one,
man, I love.
There was one.
So many good ones.
The substitute teacher is really famous. Hey, Ron.
Yeah.
Hey, Ron.
But he messes with names. Daquan or something. Yeah.
That's funny, dude. They have a lot of good skits, man.
And in terms of filmmaking, then, what the inspiration from filmmaking?
Dude, one of my favorites is Tarantino. The way he also includes comedy in serious scenes is funny.
Yeah. For me, it would be like Christopher Nolan is probably one of my favorites.
Which one?
Christopher Nolan.
Oh, the guy's amazing, dude. He's out of this world.
And I love David Fincher as well.
David Fincher.
David Fincher would be a big one. Well, have you had a chance to see any of my stuff? Have you ever come across anything?
Yeah. I've seen a lot of your work. I saw the whole turkey vlog. I loved it. Amazing. The last thing I saw was what you did in Dubai when you went out shopping in Dubai. When you went grocery shopping in Dubai, that was very different. I like how you added the humor.
The tips to get out.
Yeah, I like how you added humor. How when you would go out and you're like, no, you won't, you don't do that. That was hilarious.
Shoot, forgot the list. I think I always struggle with that side because like I had a phase where I did something called a long time ago called Ian3, which is me ranting for 3 minutes, right? I would just be on any topic like Desi parents, Desi shadis, whatever. But eventually I felt like I wasn't getting my filmmaking thing. That itch wasn't getting there. So I would jump back into that and start doing more of my short films. And then I think when I eventually moved to Dubai from Canada, I saw Hassan Minaj's his Netflix special where he talks about. I saw that, I was blown away. I was like, man, this is storytelling. It's serious, but it's funny. And he does all that, right? And that's what got me back into a little bit of the storytelling part of vlogging, which is try to be funny, but also try to be relatable. But also, maybe if you can give some positive message somewhere in there, that's great too.
The key point is being relatable. Being relatable is the key, Something that you can relate to. The guy watching, the people you're catering to, they can relate to your work. That's the key, man.
So what would be your advice? If you had to give me advice, what would be your advice to me?
But I just said, be as you as you can. Be relatable,
Yeah.
I mean, there's so many things that go on in my mind that come across your mind as well, A lot of people think alike. So try to get that on screen, Be relatable as much as you can and just be yourself.
But is that enough? Is that enough? Relatable? What else?
Consistent. Be consistent. Like I said before, you have to be consistent no matter what.
Yeah.
I mean, if you've been working,
you were telling me 2 videos a week too at one point. You told me, right?
I told you like be consistent. If you're uploading 2 videos a month, that's nothing, dude. Go for 6. Aim for 8. Mm-hmm. Aim for 8. You'll do 6. You'll try to do 6. You'll land at 4. But you got to keep your goals high. That's the main thing.
Thanks, bro. Appreciate it, man.
All right, man.
Take care, bro. Assalamualaikum, bro. Peace. All right, fam. I hope you guys benefited from this video. There's so much to process and learn and I digest. I did this for myself. I did it for you guys. If you guys enjoyed long format content, then please subscribe, comment, and let me know what you want to know next. I'm going to try to get out other people to interview so we can all sort of learn and grow in this YouTube journey together. All right? Peace.